Number 7. Muma. The Muma is just a small Pokemon that is a flying head that, according to the Pokédex, loves to sneak up on people late at night, then startle them with its shriek-like cry. The Muma is inspired by the Nukekubi. A Nukekubi is a cursed woman whose head would detach itself from the body only at nights without the woman herself knowing. But the Nukekubi is worse than the Muma, as it would go out and drink human and or animal blood before returning to its body. Number 6. Konohana and Da Tengu. They didn't even try to hide the source of their inspiration, which is the Tengu. The Tengu is a human-like yokai that has wings and look like they're wearing a red mask that has a long nose. The Tengu, especially the Dai Tengu, lives in solitude and is viewed as god-like sages. This corresponds to a Pokédex entry for the Da Tengu, a Pokemon that was feared as a forest guardian. It can read the foe's mind and take preemptive action. Number 5. Efi. This one is inspired loosely on one yokai, as the only similarity it has is that it looks like a cat, has a split in its tail, and it's psychic. The yokai counterpart is the Nekomata. A Nekomata is a very old cat that with its old age became a yokai with psychic powers. It has a tail that is split in two, could summon fireballs, and can control corpses like a puppet. It can also use its powers to blackmail and enslave humans to do its bidding. Like I said, very loosely inspired. Number 4. Rokkon and Kyukon. The Rokkon and Kyukon are inspired from the very popular yokai called Kitsune. They are foxes that have superior intelligence and magical powers. They are usually depicted with more than one tail, just like the Rokkon and Kyukon. Apparently, the more tails they have, 9 being the maximum, the older and more powerful the Kitsune is. Also, the Kitsune are known to shapeshift, usually as beautiful women, and are known to marry humans. Number 3. Sripu, Sripa, Munna, and Musharna. These 4 are definitely inspired from the yokai called Baku. A Baku is a yokai that looks like a tapir that devours dreams and nightmares exactly like the Pokédex entries for the 4 Pokemon that was mentioned. Now, the Baku could be summoned right after having a nightmare, and by repeating these words: Baku-san, come eat my dream. Baku-san, come eat my dream. Baku-san, come eat my dream. Then, as said in lores, it would come and eat the bad dreams, ensuring a good night's sleep. Just be careful not to summon it too much, as it can also devour hopes and desires, leaving an empty life. Number 2. Nyura and Manyura. These look like weasels with sharp claws, and they can only be found in the icy mountains of the Pokemon world, exactly like the yokai called Kamaitachi. The Kamaitachi is also a weasel with claws that are usually found in snowy mountains. They would always travel in threes to perform 3 different tasks. One would make a person fall, the second would cut the person's leg with its claws, and the third would apply its magic medicine to leave the victim with no fatal wounds. Though the Kamaitachi form a group of 3, the Manyura forms a group of 4 or 5, as stated in the Pokédex entry. They live in cold regions, forming groups of 4 or 5 that hunt prey with impressive coordination. Number 1. Kuchito. The Kuchito is a small Pokemon that looks cute with its round face and small eyes, but it has a giant jaw on the back of its head. This is much like the Futakuchi Onna. They appear as beautiful women who seems to not eat anything and is very quiet. You won't know that she's a yokai, but you will notice that the food supply would slowly start to deplete. Yes, the yokai has another mouth on the back of her head, and this mouth would demand food as it has an insatiable hunger. It could also control the woman's hair and use it like hands, but lucky for the Kuchito, rather than a nuisance, the jaw could be used for fighting.